What do you think about when you hear the phrase electric vehicle? Do you think of Tesla, Nissan, GM, Ford, or any other automaker? Do you think about Elon Musk, Carlos Ghosn, Mary Barra, Jim Farley, or any other automotive executive? Or do you think about how EVs are made? Well, today we're going to answer that last question. So let's get to it. In a recent video we did on the top 10 best-selling electric cars in the world, we found that China is by far the largest producer of EVs, accounting for over 50% of all electric vehicles produced in the world. But just because they make the most doesn't necessarily mean they make the best. And in our opinion, Tesla takes the cake on that one. So today we're looking at how the world's most popular EV maker makes their vehicles. All of us here at the channel love a good behind-the-scenes look at how things are made. There's just something very satisfying about learning the ins and outs of manufacturing, especially when it comes to automobiles. Something about knowing how a car is made just makes you appreciate it more. That's why we've done videos on how VWs are made, how Toyotas are made, how Ferraris are made, how iPhones are made, and so much more. If there's a product you'd like to see a behind-the-scenes look at, be sure to leave us a comment below, and it might just end up on our production schedule. We love doing these videos, and we have no shortage of ideas, but since we're focusing on EVs this week, we figured we should take a closer look at how Teslas are made. So welcome to our video about how electric vehicles are made with a special focus on Tesla. Let's start with the basics. Unlike traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, electric vehicles don't have an engine block or transmission to start with. Rather, the basic components of an electric vehicle include the battery pack, electric motor, power electronics, charger, and onboard charger. Some may also include the cabin and frame. Now that doesn't seem like much, but believe me, there's a lot that goes into making each of those parts. For example, the battery pack is really more than just a collection of cells. It's actually made up of cells, modules, and packs. Each cell needs to be formed, welded, and sealed. Then they're put into modules. And finally, those modules go into the pack. Then the pack gets installed into the vehicle. The electric motor is another major component of any EV. After all, without a motor, you wouldn't be able to drive anywhere. The motor is responsible for converting electricity into mechanical energy that powers the wheels. Motors can be made up of different types of components, including a rotor and stator. The rotor is the rotating part of the motor and the stator is the stationary part. The two work together to create a magnetic field that powers the motor. Then we have power electronics, which is responsible for controlling the flow of electricity from the battery to the motor. Chargers are also important because they allow drivers to recharge their batteries when they're low. Finally, there's the cabin and frame, which are what hold everything together. They provide the structure for the vehicle and protect the passengers in an accident. Tesla has been manufacturing vehicles since 2008, although it didn't start producing its first vehicle, the Roadster, until 2009. Since then, it's come a long way and now produces some of the most popular EVs on the market. Most of Tesla's vehicles are made in one of its 5 main facilities around the world. These include the Fremont, California facility, which is where the Model S, X, and 3 are made. The Sparks, Nevada facility, which produces battery cells and modules. Buffalo, New York, which manufactures solar panels. Tilburg, Germany, which produces battery cells and modules, and Austin, Texas, which produces the Model Y. The process begins with the design and engineering of the vehicle. This includes developing the vehicle's architecture, which is the overall structure of the car, as well as designing the individual components. Once the design is finalized, the manufacturing process begins. First, the frame and body of the vehicle are assembled. This includes attaching the front and rear clips, which are pre-assembled sections of the frame that hold the wheels and suspension. Next, the battery pack is installed. This is a major component of any electric vehicle, so it's important to get it right. The battery pack is what powers the car and determines its range. After the battery pack is installed, the electric motor is added. Again, the electric motor is a key component of any electric vehicle. It's what converts electrical energy into mechanical energy to power the wheels. The next step is to add the power electronics. These control the flow of electricity from the battery to the motor. Chargers are also added during this stage. Once the major components are installed, it's time to attach the cabin. This is what houses the passengers and protects them in an accident. The cabin is attached to the frame via the front and rear clips. Once the cabin is in place, it's time to start putting together the interior. This includes installing the seats, dashboard, and center console. At this point, the vehicle is starting to look like a car. But there's still a lot of work to do. The next step is to paint the body. This is done to protect the vehicle from corrosion and rust. The body is painted in a variety of colors, depending on the model. Of course, after the body is painted, it's time to add the trim. This includes adding the bumpers, side skirts, and spoilers. Trim not only makes the vehicle look good, but it also serves an important aerodynamic function. Finally, it's time to add the wheels and tires. The wheels are attached to the hubs in the frame, and the tires are installed on the wheels. Once the wheels and tires are in place, the vehicle is complete. It's then tested to ensure that it meets Tesla standards before being shipped to its final destination. As you can see, manufacturing an electric vehicle is a complex process that requires a lot of precision and attention to detail. From designing the vehicle to assembling the frame and body, installing the major components, and painting the exterior, each step is important in creating a high-quality finished product. One of the challenges of manufacturing electric vehicles is that new technology can quickly make older methods obsolete. For example, advances in battery technology could render the current battery manufacturing process outdated. To stay ahead of the curve, Tesla invests heavily in research and development. In fact, the company spends billions of dollars every year on R&D. This allows Tesla to develop new and improved manufacturing processes that can keep up with the latest technology. Another challenge is staying cost competitive. Electric vehicles are still more expensive to manufacture than traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. However, as battery prices continue to fall, EVs are becoming more affordable to produce. Tesla is constantly working to improve its manufacturing process and reduce costs. By investing in automation and developing new and innovative manufacturing techniques, the company is able to produce high-quality vehicles at a competitive price. Manufacturing electric vehicles is a highly technical and specialized process that requires a skilled workforce. From engineers and designers to technicians and assembly line workers, Tesla employs thousands of people who are experts in their field. The company offers competitive salaries and benefits to attract and retain the best talent. Despite the challenges, manufacturing electric vehicles is also extremely rewarding. Knowing that you're helping to create a sustainable future is a great motivator for Tesla employees. Plus, seeing the finished product and knowing that you played a role in bringing it to life is incredibly satisfying. All in all, manufacturing electric vehicles is a complex, challenging, and rewarding process. By continuing to invest in innovation, Tesla is helping to usher in a new era of transportation that is more sustainable and efficient. Let us know what you thought about this video. Are you impressed with the process? Do you think it's worth the cost? What would you change about it? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.